Okay, so let's talk about the qualities of a millionaire and developing a millionaire, acting like a millionaire. Um, for most people, when they hear the term millionaire, yeah, it might be a lifestyle, but a lot of times they'll have in mind the personality of what millionaires are like, maybe their personal traits or characteristics. These are just a few that come up in some of the discussions I have in the classes I do. Millionaires are lazy. They just, they have their millions and they just sit around and do nothing all day, or they just travel the world and that's all that they do. Or they're just lucky. That's how they got to be millionaires. There's no other way to explain it. Because honestly, many of us feel like we're working just as hard or harder than anybody else, so it must involve luck. We have this idea that millionaires are liars, that they're all liars and cheats and crooks. And while there are many, and there are many in every profession and every class, this is one that sticks with the millionaires in the belief of a lot of people. And certainly when you see a lot of Hollywood movies, millionaires, many are shown as greedy misers, and it's almost an unforgivable sin if you're watching a movie. And then finally, of course, they go hand in hand. Millionaires must be snobs. That's because they believe they're better than us. Let's talk about the reality here. First of all, I believe these stereotypes come not from the typical millionaire, but from the typical wannabe millionaire, those who try and act like millionaires, that try and drive the fancy cars and live in the big homes and wear the fancy clothes, but really are almost living paycheck to paycheck. And that's not to say that some of this does not fit the typical millionaire, some millionaires, but not typically. Here we go. So what are the actual qualities of a millionaire? What do they attribute their financial success? Which personality traits do they think have been most important for them? Number one, the number one trait they believe got them where they are is self-discipline. Being able to stick with a plan, to have a plan and stick with it, and do what they know that has to be done. Self-discipline. And when everybody else is relaxing and enjoying themselves at the end of the day or over the weekend, the typical millionaire is still working on a project that they believe is critical to their progress. Another one that's pretty high up there is honesty. Honesty is a trait that, again, since a lot of people believe millionaires and the wealthy are liars and cheats, surprisingly to some people, they actually credit honesty. But if you think about it, if you're going to build a reputation for doing good work as a business owner, or if you are providing a service and you want people to continue to use that service, you've got to treat them properly, otherwise they won't come back. Besides honesty, you've got dependability. Again, it's about that reputation. Can people depend on you to do what you say you're going to do, and when you're going to do it? You can see that all three of these kind of go hand in hand: the self-discipline, the honesty, and the dependability. Now, a lot of people believe that millionaires are high-risk takers, and to an extent, millionaires do tend to take higher risks than the general population in many areas. And so you would think, well, when it comes to investments, they must be the investing in derivatives and private venture capital and startups and very high-risk adventures, and that's how they can turn all that money, their small amounts of money, into huge amounts of money. But the reality is, most millionaires will say that they have the large majority of their wealth, their investments, in publicly traded stocks. These are not private venture capital opportunities, but what you and I could find on Wall Street and other stock markets. They do also invest in real estate, but that is a distant second to stocks. So there you go. Go ahead and continue with the course, answer some questions about this topic, and we'll see you on the next video.